Hey everyone, today we're diving into something truly special and transformative. In the world of faith, there's this really big idea that makes Christianity special: grace. Grace is more than just a word. It's a powerful concept that shapes the very essence of Christian belief. It's the unmerited favor of God, a gift that we receive not because of our deeds, but because of His boundless love for us. It's way stronger than any rule, like a bright light of hope that's free for everyone. Imagine walking through a dark forest and suddenly seeing a beam of sunlight breaking through the trees. That's what grace feels like. A beacon of hope and love that guides us through the darkest times. Grace goes past any walls we build and any limits we think we have. It transcends our human flaws and failures, reaching out to us in our moments of need. It's like standing in an open field with no barriers, where the possibilities are endless and the sky is the limit. It's like an invitation to be friends with God, not because we're perfect, but because His love is huge. Grace invites us into a relationship with God, where we are accepted and loved just as we are. It's a reminder that we don't have to be flawless to be worthy of His love. This is how grace changes us. It transforms us from the inside out, much like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Grace helps us grow and bloom, becoming the best versions of ourselves. It's a gift, not because we earned it, but because we need it. Grace is given freely, without any conditions or expectations. It's like receiving a gift when you least expect it, a helping hand when you need it the most. Grace breaks down walls that separate people, welcoming everyone no matter who they are. It unites us, bringing together people from all walks of life. In a world often divided by differences, grace is the common thread that binds us together. Because of grace, we find where we truly belong, like a big family where everyone is loved by God. It's in this community of grace that we discover our true selves and our place in the world. We become part of a larger family, where love and acceptance are the foundation. So let's embrace grace in our lives. Let's allow it to guide us, transform us, and bring us closer to each other and to God. In the end, grace is the key to a life filled with love, hope, and endless possibilities. Lots of religions have strict rules, kind of like building walls and keeping people out. These walls can be physical, like the high stone walls of ancient temples, or metaphorical, representing the barriers that keep people from feeling connected to the divine. These rules and barriers can make it seem like only a select few are worthy of spiritual connection. They say you have to work really hard to follow all the rules to make God happy. This often involves rigorous rituals, endless studying, and a constant struggle to meet high standards. People find themselves climbing steep stairs, carrying heavy burdens, and feeling exhausted from trying to keep up with all the demands. It's a path filled with challenges and obstacles, making it hard to feel at peace. But Christianity is different. It's a whole new path, built with grace. Imagine walking through a serene forest, crossing a gentle stream and following a scenic trail. This path is not about the struggle to reach God through your own efforts. Instead, it's about accepting the grace that has already been given to you. It's a journey that feels natural and freeing rather than burdensome. It knows we aren't perfect and we can't reach God on our own. No matter how hard we try, our hands will always fall short of reaching the divine on our own. But that's okay. Christianity acknowledges our imperfections and offers a different way. It's about looking up with hope, knowing that we don't have to do it all by ourselves. Jesus showed us what grace is all about. Through His life and teachings, He demonstrated that God's love is unconditional. He prayed for us, sacrificed for us, and showed us the way to live a life filled with grace. The cross, glowing in the sunlight, is a symbol of this incredible gift. It's a reminder that we are loved and forgiven no matter what. Because of what Jesus did, we don't have to follow all those hard rules. The chains that once held us back are broken. We can walk freely on a clear path, unburdened by the weight of trying to earn God's favor. This freedom allows us to live more fully and joyfully, knowing that we are already accepted and loved. He showed us God's love and forgiveness. This love is not just for a select few, but for everyone. It's a love that embraces us, no matter who we are or what we've done. It's like a warm hug, a beautiful sunset, or the feeling of opening your arms wide to the world. It's a love that brings peace and joy to our lives. This makes Christianity open to everyone. It's a faith that welcomes all, regardless of background, race, or past mistakes. In a world that often divides us, Christianity brings people together. It's about community, connection, and shared joy. Whether in a park, a church, or any gathering place, the message is clear. You belong here. It welcomes you, no matter what you've done or where you are now. Whether you're standing on a mountaintop, looking out over an open field, or waving from a distance, you are invited to join this journey. It's a path of love, forgiveness, and grace, open to all who seek it. So come as you are, and experience the freedom and joy that Christianity offers. Imagine if your life was full of rules, and everything you did was checked against a list by God. That's what a religion with only laws is like, a heavy weight that can make you feel bad. These religions think you have to earn God's love by following every rule. This can make people think they're better than others. It's when we show grace that we find what's truly beautiful about faith. Religions with lots of rules can sometimes make people feel left out. Instead of welcoming everyone, they build walls and say some people are better than others. This can look like putting some people in charge or even treating some people badly. People who don't follow all the rules perfectly can feel left out and alone. It's sad because lots of religions teach us to be kind and loving. When religion feels like a bunch of rules, grace is like a bright light. It's like the sun breaking through the clouds, illuminating everything with warmth and clarity. Rules can feel heavy, like a burden we carry on our shoulders. But grace lifts that weight, making us feel light and free. It's a different way, a way to be happy with God not because we're good, but because He loves us no matter what. Imagine a group of friends laughing together in a park, or a family enjoying a picnic under a tree. These moments of joy and connection are what grace brings into our lives. It's not about earning love or approval. It's about knowing that we are loved just as we are. Grace breaks down the walls and welcomes everyone, no matter what they've done wrong. It's like a bridge that connects us, allowing us to embrace each other's differences and find common ground. When we experience grace, we see the beauty in diversity and the strength in unity. It's a powerful force that can heal wounds and mend broken relationships. Grace washes away the bad feelings and fear that come with too many rules. It's like a stream of clear water flowing through a forest, cleansing and refreshing everything in its path. When we let grace into our lives, we find peace and serenity, like sitting by a serene lakeside at sunset. The worries and anxieties that once plagued us are washed away, leaving us with a sense of calm and contentment. Grace can even change whole groups of people. It has the power to transform communities, bringing people together in ways they never thought possible. Imagine a community gathering in a town square, or a diverse crowd at a festival, all united by a shared sense of love and acceptance. Grace creates an environment where everyone feels valued and included, where differences are celebrated rather than feared. It helps us be kind, caring, and loving, and it helps us see how wonderful it is that everyone is different. When we embrace grace, we become more compassionate and understanding. We see the beauty in each person's unique story and appreciate the richness that diversity brings to our lives. Whether it's volunteers helping at a community event or people smiling and chatting at a garden party, grace fosters a spirit of generosity and goodwill. It reminds us that we are all connected and that our differences make us stronger. Some religions are just for certain groups of people, but Christianity is for everyone everywhere. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you look like. Grace isn't a prize for special people. It's a gift for anyone who wants it, for anyone who knows they need God's love. This reminds us that even though we look different, we're all part of the same family, and we all need God. Christianity has been around for a long, long time, and its message is still important today. It talks about the things we all want, to know why we're here, what our purpose is, and to feel connected to something bigger. Even though how people practice Christianity might change, the main message stays the same. God's grace changes us. No matter where or when we live, we all wonder about life, death, and what it all means. Christianity helps us understand these things and gives us hope no matter what. Christianity is all about welcoming everyone, no matter who they are or what they've done. It believes everyone is special and important because God made us. This is different from religions with lots of rules that say some people are better than others. In Christianity, grace breaks down those walls and says everyone is welcome to experience God's love. This isn't just about letting different people in, it's about celebrating how amazing it is that we're all different. Rules can be good, but focusing only on rules can make us forget what's really important. It can make us judge others and think we're better than them, which isn't good for our hearts. When we only care about following rules, we might try to look good instead of actually being good. This can make people in a church feel scared and not trusting instead of loving and accepting. Grace is different from all those rules. It's about letting God's love change us from the inside. It's not about being perfect, it's about letting God's love work in us. Grace takes away the pressure of trying to be perfect on our own. When we understand grace, we start to see ourselves and others differently, with kindness and understanding. We realize we're all on a journey and we all make mistakes, but God still loves us. This makes us humble and thankful, and we want to show others the same kindness. When we understand grace, we start treating others differently. Instead of criticizing, we try to understand them. We remember that we're all learning and growing and we all mess up sometimes. This doesn't mean we ignore bad things, but it means we try to be kind and understanding. Grace helps us build friendships instead of walls. Jesus showed us what grace really means. He didn't come to tell us we're bad, but to show us how to be close to God. He didn't focus on rules, but on love and understanding. Jesus spent time with people everyone else ignored. He ate with tax collectors, healed sick people, and forgave people who made mistakes. He showed us that God loves everyone, no matter what. God's grace isn't a prize, it's a gift. Jesus didn't like it when people cared more about rules than about being kind. He reminded them that what's inside our hearts is more important than what we show on the outside. Jesus showed us that God doesn't want us to follow a bunch of rules. He wants us to love Him and let that love change us. Jesus welcomed everyone, no matter who they were. He helped the poor, the sick, and the lonely. He showed everyone that God loves them no matter what. He treated women with respect, which was a big deal back then. Jesus showed us that Christianity isn't about keeping people out, but about building a loving community where everyone belongs. Christianity is special because it's not just for one time or place. It's still important today because it talks about things we all think about. What's the meaning of life? What's my purpose? Christianity helps us understand these things no matter where we come from. It started small but spread everywhere because its message of hope and forgiveness was important to everyone. Even today, Christianity gives us hope and helps us through tough times. Christianity welcomes everyone, but it also says there's one big truth. This truth is what makes it so important. It gives us something to believe in when things are confusing. This truth isn't about forcing people to believe what we believe, It's about believing that God's love, shown through Jesus, is the most important truth. This truth helps us know what's right and wrong and brings people together, reminding us that we all need God. In a world with lots of rules and judging, Christianity offers something different: grace. It welcomes everyone, not with rules but with love and forgiveness. This grace can change us, our communities, and even the world. It helps us forgive, be kind, and help others. When we understand grace, we can share it with others. We can show them hope and acceptance. God's love is for everyone, no matter who you are or what you've done. Come and experience the amazing power of grace.